liberty and justice for all. Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Morning to order. Looking for approval of today's agenda. So
Second.
we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Approval of minutes from November 18th, 2025.
So moved.
Second. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item number 1, secondary roads.
Morning, Zach.
Morning, Zach.
We got 2 drains, one in drain 77, one drain 38. May you give the location, Zach?
Yes, I will. First one is in drain 74.
Oh, sorry.
Just outside of Litterdale. Section 10 of Grant. And was just a broken tile. I had to replace some. It's a very shallow section of tile. There's not much cover on it. So I had a discussion with the renter about how he needs to protect that for the future and what have you. So
How many feet roughly of tile?
60 feet.
Wow. And small diameter?
I believe that was a 10 inch. So it wasn't all crushed, but it was cracked, and we had to kind of find a good place to tie back into. So that's kind of the reason why we did what we did there. So second one is drain 38, just northeast of Litterdale. Just a tile blowout on a 6-inch line there. Sheridan section 35. Nothing out of the ordinary on that one, just blowout. So
Looking for a motion to approve those 2 drain repairs.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
thank you.
Utility permit?
Yep.
Raccoon Valley.
Raccoon Valley for putting in power, roughly a half mile south of Breda. Getting power to a new site. Working on getting the right of way established there for REC, but just putting in poles. So really nothing odd
No
about
boring.
No boring, nothing odd about it. The power will be, are gonna cross the road. They're starting on the west side, then it will end up on the east side. But there will be no underground, it'll all be overhead, so.
Probably a cheap project.
I'm guessing not.
So I'm looking for a motion to approve the utility permit from Raccoon Valley Electric, set poles along the east side of Granite starting on 130th.
So moved. Second.
All in favor? We have a motion and a second.
I'll abstain.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 1 abstain. Approve payables of 270.
Scott, sorry, didn't have it on the list, but just a couple of quick little things. Railroads, BNSF is working on the railroad tracks just outside of Templeton today and tomorrow. Supposed to have it buttoned up by the end of the day tomorrow, so hopefully making those tracks a little bit better. I'm sure it will be for them. How much better it'll be for us from the road standpoint, I hope it's better. We'll see.
They're working on it this morning when I came up.
And then UP Railroad is also working on the tracks in Glidden on Colorado Street or Timber. I think that's gonna be tomorrow. It's just gonna be a few hour thing for what they're doing. So both of them will be wrapped up tomorrow. So
Are you gonna utilize the text gov to put notification on it and help, see if that helps?
on certain things, I haven't decided on what yet.
I mean, I would think these would be good test runs.
I guess I have wishy-washy feelings on that as far as on what to use it for. Our roadwork notification tool really does very well. It's free, doesn't cost us anything, and gets it out to all the, I guess the city, the communication center, schools, all those folks. And with it being a very short closure, that's the other reason, I guess, too. So
Well, I just think for like, we can do that geo thing, it'd be
Yeah, I was
just
gonna
for
say,
certain
The
areas.
city of Glidden, it would be cool to draw a box around it and do
Well,
it.
even like down on the edge of town.
Exactly. Yeah, I think we need to keep that in mind going forward.
But yeah, they are working on it, so.
Other items, Templeton shed is coming along, still I'm gonna hopefully get the rest of the inside liner steel put together today. Working on getting the furnace set up and some of those things, getting electrical ran, so still got work to do, but making progress, and at least it's all enclosed, so we're good from that standpoint, so. And then I guess the last item of note, we'll see what weather brings later this week, but we're starting to see smatterings of some of that white stuff potentially coming, but we'll see what it ends up being, whether it's freezing rain or snow or maybe not much of anything, but later in the week, looks like there's at least some kind of moisture coming. That's all I got.
Thanks,
No more
Zach.
questions for Zach? Okay,
Thanks, Zach.
item number 2, approve payables of $274,428.72. Did you get your question answered on?
No, Courtney, I would assume that one EMA or a medical examiner will be billed to Audubon County.
Which one is that for?
Huh?
Which one is that for?
Why not tell you after? I just do not say it over here.
Okay, we'll look into it.
Then like that breeding daycare, do they call and ask for that, or do we just send that?
No, they have to request it.
It's a good question. I'm gonna bring that up in committee reports here in a little bit too,
I wondered that, yeah,
about a different one.
yeah.
So I'm looking for a motion to approve the payables of the 274,428.72.
I'll make a motion if we have no questions on it. I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Manure management update. Layburg site, section 31, Union Township, no changes. Item number 4 is committee report.
I can go first. I have nothing to report on this, really. Thank you.
I can go next. Last week I had nothing to report on. And then today, newspaper, radio, but I think I'm just gonna send an email that we don't really have much
Notification.
a notification because we don't really have much to discuss. And then tonight I'll be zooming in for a Wesco meeting. That's it.
Okay, last week, CCGP was Tuesday. Kimberly, Executive Director Kimberly Tiefenthaler announced she's retiring April 1st, 2026. Wednesday, I talked to Courtney about Merchants Park funding. And so Mike, when you said they have to request it, we approved 2 years ago to do 25,000 a year.
Yeah,
We never paid that because we never got invoice from the city. If Courtney wants to explain that, but she doesn't just write checks out because we approve it come the first fiscal year. They have to request it.
Yep.
They can attach that cover sheet like on that bill we
Yep.
just passed around.
Yep.
Correct, Courtney?
Yeah, and
No.
we'll be having, we'll be doing a budget amendment, hopefully setting the hearing next week. But we'll be doing amendment because we didn't pay that in fiscal 25.
but did they? Yeah, was that brought to their attention from us, or was that?
I asked
Yeah.
because when Barry Bruner was here the other day, he said something, and then I think Courtney had already heard from Laura Schaefer.
I did. She reached out and wanted to know what the process was to request the funds, and I explained to her that we had already budgeted for it the prior year and didn't pay it. So she requested like this year's and last year's, basically.
At once.
So when you ask that, just because we approve it,
Yeah.
they still have to reach.
Well, I wonder, yeah, I just wanted the timeline on this, you know what I mean?
I agree. Is there like a timeline though? It's if they don't request it in a couple, 3 years, we.
Exactly.
I think that we should, yeah,
And maybe it's on us to tell them that, okay, if this gets approved, you have to.
I
formally
agree.
request
Yeah,
it.
we should probably be more,
Yeah.
Yeah,
which we
It's
didn't know.
contingent on them getting the grant.
Yeah.
So.
It was
we
leveraged.
hear that they did, but we don't, I mean, it's nice to have it in writing. that-
Yeah,
well,
Did that
I think the
fall
first grant
fine?
they did not get, they were hoping for, then they had to do additional fundraising.
I do like a timeline on it, because like you said, what
Right.
happens in 2 years passes, if we do a
Exactly.
3-year commitment, all of a sudden. Hey, can we get that, you know,
Yeah.
and that's 3 years of budgets and
It is.
taxes, and I think there should be a timeline on it somehow.
Yep.
So,
I will say a majority of them are very good about this was just kind of one of those things.
Rare
that
deal.
I think that just kind
And
of,
they kind of know June 1 and January 1 to submit the request.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
So that was Tuesday, and then also, Courtney and I talked about what percent to use for wages, and, we talked about COLA last week, but the budget worksheets did get sent out last
They did.
Wednesday. Thank you for that, Courtney. I had more conversations also on Wednesday about, with the headhunter for the landfill director. Thursday, I went out secondary roads and looked at payables. And I also on Thursday talked to the sheriff and Dalton about cleaning up the basement hallway. We need to get, there's gonna be some changes hopefully coming soon down there. On Friday, I did courthouse payables. I was the anchor person on Courtney's tour with the DMAC Career Days kids, and you did a great job, Courtney.
Thanks.
This week, today, our SVP at 11:30, tonight, Carroll City Council. And happy Thanksgiving, and the courthouse will be closed Thursday, Friday.
How many kids were on the DMAC tour? Roughly.
So close to 30.
It was, yeah, it was a bus full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought she said anywhere from 28 to 30, and I'd say there was at least 30 plus a few staff members as well.
It makes it easier when they're interactive, and this group didn't have a whole lot of questions, but.
We
You
were
know
in
how it
the,
is when you're.
Exactly.
Ask the questions, but.
Okay. This week, at Tuesday, CCGP. There again, it was just basically going over the retirement of Kimberly's, which is the reason I had all those 8 o'clock meetings in the last 2 weeks. And then this week I also worked on the Maple River sewer system. You know, we've had a couple that show up consistently having plugged filters, so I did get a copy of the list that we originally sent out and did draft the kind of letter that showed Mike this morning that we're gonna send out to all the residents, remind them what to do and what not to use down the septic system. Friday, yeah, had the Yes Center board meeting. The audit was there and gave a explanation of the audit, and I do have the audit here. It is a clean audit, except for the only thing in there again is the standard language of segregation of duties, being small staffing. But they had, so that was all what went well. They had 10 there that day and averaged 12.71. They even had one Indian from Montana there. And their transports have been really good this year. So up to this point, they had 1,111 transports for the year. So all well there. I will say this is the first time in my years that I've seen this high of a positive on the audit. And I think that's just due to the fact that we're just busier than crap up there. So, and then I did have some phone calls with Zach in regards to the railroad, and this week I have nothing.
I didn't have a lot going on, no committees last week, but I did reach out to Zach and Amy, went out to secondary roads and talked about a couple issues going on. Then we had one call in and I called Zach on that one to a ditch they were having issues with by Glidden. Had some couple of questions on the opioid and answered those, and we're still moving along. I got one of the schools has replied back and they want to do some more digging. That's when I had to give them some phone numbers with some people that I called in Indiana and Pennsylvania to get their opinion on how good the speaker was. And this week we've got our annual report is due for the opioid funds. So I'm going to work with Maggie and we're going to get some numbers together and then submit that off there. And same thing to everybody else. Have a nice, safe, happy Thanksgiving.
Can I clarify? I normally done that report.
Well, you have,
Yeah, every
did
year.
you get a copy or I got it right in front. I was going to ask you after the meeting about some of that information. So,
Yeah, I mean, it's all in our financials.
okay.
So I'm fine with her doing it, but we just need to know.
No, you, if
Who?
you know what's going on, I got a thing from ISAC or from the state that, did you get the same email? So
Yep.
you know all about it? Okay, I'll
So, I
tell her
mean-
that. And if you want to take care of it, that's fine. Since you do it, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I've done it in the past.
Okay.
So I'm okay with, basically, it's just a report of what did we collect and what did we spend.
And then she's got some, what we spent the money, yeah, what we spent the money on. I'll show you this when we're done
Okay.
here. Thank you.
Sounds good.
did we get a tree bot?
Not yet.
Courtney's still looking.
I'm looking. I've had,
Courtney's taking the lead on that,
Can we
but
go
it has
cut
to
one
have,
down?
it has to have 4 wheels.
well, our maintenance would like it to be on wheels just for ease of mobility, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Can
see.
you make a stand for it and then put it on
I
there.
don't know, the one we had before was almost perfect, but it probably could have been a little taller, and I think if you buy something that's high quality, it'll last a long time.
Yes,
I don't
yes.
wanna just buy $100 one from
Yep.
Walmart, cause I don't know that'll,
Yep,
I don't know. We'll see.
makes sense.
But I am working,
We'll cut one down today.
hey, I'm all for that.
So, okay, any comments from those in attendance? And then Courtney, thanks for sending out the budget worksheets. And I'm assuming no compensation board again this year. I'm asking the board
Well, I think
and
once we voted that down.
exactly. And as far as pre-budgets, anybody can reach out to a supervisor if they want to go over a budget with them. Anything for our next meeting on December 1st? You just mentioned
Oh, I didn't. Did you
Okay,
get
I
worksheets?
just-
just the department heads did.
Oh,
Would you like to do the worksheets?
no.
I have one for the
I
supervisor.
promise I
if
won't
you'd
leave
like.
you out.
Yeah.
And these are the cost of living is on those?
The
Do we have one?
recommended starting point was the 2.8 COLA that we said last meeting.
Is that what the COLA is?
And I just guessed 5% increase. We've been almost the last couple of years. Clark comes to us in January.
Usually into December before Christmas.
On insurance.
But is
but-
cost of living out yet then? It is
2.8.
2.85, okay.
Total is.
And
Yeah.
I did make that clear that it was a tentative number
was just a
because you
recommendation.
guys have
We
obviously
have
not
to vote.
decided that yet,
Correct,
but
correct. I'm just curious what it was.
at least that way there's a number in. this
Just so they
majority.
can start figuring.
Well, everybody's budgets are primarily payroll. Like, that's the
And
majority. so.
you, I assume your union was only a 1-year agreement, wasn't it?
Right, we've got another agreement there.
So you have to get that worked out too.
Yep, I've been collecting some information on that from some other counties, what they did. Jefferson just gave theirs a raise, and I say that Mike and I maybe can review some of that stuff before we go with negotiations.
I do have some stuff for next week. I sent out an email this morning about doing a budget amendment. I think the ambulance department's roof's gonna be getting done and he has to prepay for some materials, so we need to amend his capital, but there's other things in the budget we need to amend too. I'd like to talk to you, Scott, sometime because you've talked about stuff needing to get done downstairs.
Yep.
And I don't think there's any money budgeted for that. There's money in reserves to do it, but we didn't.
From last year, but it never got.
So I need an amount to put
Yep.
in there, just so we don't have to do another one. Next week, I have 4 nonprofits: Family Crisis Center, Elder Bridge, RSVP, and Historical Society.
You'll have something to write about stuff.
Yeah.
Third week in a row.
Awesome.
Okay, looking for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
A second.
We have a motion second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, we are adjourned 9:18.